In the case of this project for these drawers, I'm not so much trying to go for a set dimension as I am just trying to get maximum yield out of my material. So I've got all my boards lined up. So the smooth edge, the joined edge is down here. That's what's going to get put against the table saw fence. And so all I'm doing right now is just looking for the narrowest board. To me it looks like it's this one right here. So, well, maybe not. But that's going to be kind of the gauge that I'm going to cut all of them to. So I'm just going to take a good, a nice whisper pass off of it, just something, and that's going to be my finished dimension then. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll move over and I'll do the same thing with the wider stock. I'll use the board that has the planer wane on it right here, and that's the one that I'll kind of gauge right there. But let's just go ahead and do it. And then so at this point, after I rip these, then this material in woodworking parlance and woodworking vernacular will be called S4S, which means I think it means surfaced 4 sides or square on 4 sides. So you'll have these 2 edges. So this is S3 right now. So we've got these 2 are square and parallel to this. And then once we do this, then we have all 4 of our edges. And then once we cut them to length, it'll be 6. We'll cut them to length and get everything ready. And then after that, it's dovetail jig time. Okay, collectors, safety glasses, earplugs. Let me check for squareness. Make sure that my guide hasn't moved. My crosscut guide. That's perfect. Everything looks perfect. So I'm ready to start cutting these guys down, or squaring an end, and then I'll determine my final length. So remember, I like to put a little mark on it to show me which one I cut square, so I don't get confused. And I'll keep everything right here on my drawers. Just keep it all oriented the way that I came off the saw, and I won't flip it until they're all ready to get flipped. Because a couple of these I have to cut them in half. Remember, the short fronts and backs, I still have them as a long piece, so I've got to figure out which ones they are. But I'm just going to produce a square end first on all of these. that's a side. That's a side. This is probably a side. This is a front and back. This is a side. This is a side. This is a front and back. So I remember from my calculations that I'm going to try to net 9 and 11/16. So I'm going to be able to get rid of some of this garbage here too. So let's just call it. You know, I've got these cracks down at this end. So if I cut this crack off here like that, oh, I'm going to get rid of all of this. Let me cut that crack off. And I'm going to make this rough cut here to 10 and 9/16 is what I said. I mean 9 and 9/16. 9 and 11/16. So I'm going to make this cut to a little over 10. That's going to give me still plenty of room. Firewood. So here are 4 fronts and backs ready to get cut to final length, but I'm not going to cut them to final length until I have my short stock, because the short stock and this are cut to the same length. So I must just set this aside for a second. And so these guys are ready to be cut to final length now too, so let me go ahead and start working on the narrower stock and give myself some square edges and figure out what's what over here. Well, here's one of the 22s right there, I can see that. So that's a side. That looks like a 22, so that's a front and back. I should have 8 sides and 4 fronts and backs.